Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the 4-4-2 I used to go 13-1 on Old Gen Weekend League this weekend. I'm going to go through the tactics. I'm going to talk about the variations of whether I'd use what I'd use on Old Gen, what I'd use on New Gen. I've played mostly New Gen this year, but I've been playing a bit of Old Gen. Both games have massive flaws and issues. If you've been watching any videos of the channel recently, you will be well aware of what I think of this game and how flawed, to say the least, I think it is. Old Gen's honestly probably just as flawed, but it's just more fun. Hence, I'm playing it, and it's a bit more attacking, has a little bit more of a skill gap. It's more BS in some ways, but having more of a skill gap is a nice benefit of it. In terms of the team that I used this weekend, I had King in right centre back instead of Tadibo just for Kem at the time. I had Sonetti, I bought him in for what you call it, the SBC. I had Stegen in there. I had Lewandowski's rush card instead of Butragueno. Then I had Hansen instead of Traore. So I've not even tried this Butragueno yet. I am excited to see what it's like though. The card does look pretty damn cracked, so that should be a fun card to use. The 4-4-2, super balanced, super sweaty, really solid all round. He just makes lots of great runs. And the thing about the 4-4-2, are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. Even more so on old gen is if there's any space and people are pushed up at all, you've got two strikers and two wingers that can get in behind and exploit those gaps. New gen, that is a thing, but not quite as much. And we're going to go through how I've got it set up. So that is the code there. You can see that. And that's how I set it up. I'm going to go through all the player roles and explain what I would use. So, balanced. I think on some formations this year I'm starting to quite like high. I don't think that counter works as good now that people have got the defending a bit more figured out. It feels a little bit like sometimes you just get left with no options, especially against the auto offsides. If you have counter on, it feels like it's quite hard to break that down sometimes with people. Just constant auto offside trapping. For the defensive approach, high, I think, auto offside traps. Unless you really struggle with switching and leaving gaps, I think this defensive approach for me works pretty damn well. Player roles, this is where you get most of the tactic from, really, to be honest. Keeper, just go whichever one is best for you. Thought that. Thought you could change it. It's just keeper, you could change it. Yeah, for me, sweeper keeper, I slightly prefer, but I just go with whichever one my keeper's got more of. On old gen, now this is one of the key differences. On old gen, I would go fullback defend. Fullback defend on old gen matters because on old gen, if you have any sort of attacking fullbacks, there's just so much more space. You will get ripped apart. That might be why you're struggling with, on old gen with the 4-4-2 if you're trying it out. If you go wing back, you don't even need your fullbacks to attack like you do on new gen because they attack so much easier and there's so much more space anyway. But when you've got your fullbacks on anything other than fullback defend, you're going to get caught out. So that is one of the key differences. Change that. As soon as I changed that, it made a big difference. For the defenders, I think I prefer defender in general. I don't like stopper. If I'm going to play a ball player, then I'd play what you call it, one with the defender, but not two ball players. For the wingers, I like inside forward. It just seems to give you a few more chances. For the midfield, you need at least one of box to box deep line playmaker. I think Holding's one. You need at least one. You can't have two playmakers, in my opinion, otherwise you're a bit too attacking. I am tempted on Olgin to try out 4-1-2-1-2 with CDM and a cam to see if it works better on there. Other thing as well, could go attack on Olgin with the inside forward because the defense is so bad anyway. May as well push them even further up and exploit that. I really like what you call it, target forward on this game at times. I think that can work really well. it wasn't one I really used at the start. I don't think there was many good target forwards, but now that I've played the game and more coming out, I think target forward can be pretty damn good at times. Just check my phone. Yeah, just get a bunch of messages. Poacher is great. I don't like false nine much. I think you can play false nine with an advanced forward or poacher. I would never play two poachers together. I think a poacher either is played with a target forward or advanced forward, but I think you could play a target forward with advanced forward. I think the only striker that I'd probably play two of would be an advanced forward. I think that they're pretty well rounded. The poacher though is going to work really well, especially on Old Gen, making those runs in behind. And that is the formation. Hopefully that helps you out. I will record some more clips of it and show you it for next week in League. As always, keep it spicy. See you guys in the next one. Peace.